Have you ever whispered a prayer and wondered, why can't I hear anything back? Or maybe you've been asking your guardian angel for a sign, but all you get is more silence, more waiting, more wondering if you're missing something important. If you've ever felt that frustration, leave a comment below with the words, "I want to hear clearly," because you are not alone in this. And the truth is, there's nothing wrong with you. Your angel has been speaking. You just haven't been taught how to listen the way they speak. And once you know how to tune in, you'll realize they've been guiding you all along. Why you're not hearing clearly, even if you're doing all the right things. Here's something most people don't realize. Your guardian angel isn't going to yell at you from the sky. They're not going to interrupt your day with a booming voice or send a lightning bolt down with clear instructions. That's not how angels usually speak. They don't shout over your stress. They don't compete with your thoughts. They don't demand your attention the way the world does. Instead, they whisper. And not the kind of whisper you hear with your ears, but the kind that stirs gently inside your spirit. It's soft, subtle, sacred. But here's where it gets hard. You live in a world that's louder than ever. Every time you pause, something pulls at your focus. A text message, a bill to remember, a conversation replaying in your head, a background hum of anxiety you can't quite switch off. And it's not just outer noise, it's inner noise too. Imagine this like trying to hear a friend whisper your name from across a crowded restaurant. They're speaking clearly, but between the clinking dishes, laughing guests, music playing, and the server asking for your order, you can't hear them. Not because they've stopped speaking, but because you're surrounded by distraction. That's what happens when your angel speaks to you in the middle of a cluttered mind. You may be doing everything right spiritually, praying regularly, asking for signs, meditating when you can, journaling, watching for angel numbers, trusting that divine help is out there, but still feel like all you're getting is silence. That silence, it doesn't mean you're disconnected. It means you haven't yet been taught how to tune into their frequency. Spiritual communication doesn't work like a phone call where you pick up and hear a voice. It's more like tuning an old-school radio dial. If you're even slightly off from the right frequency, you won't hear the music. You'll just hear static, confusion, gaps. But when you find the right spot, even just by a little, the music comes in clear and steady. You realize it was always there. You just had to tune in. And that's what your angel is waiting for you to create just enough stillness to recognize that what you've been looking for has never left you. 3 everyday reasons you're missing angelic guidance. Let's get really practical now. If you've been asking, why can't I hear my angel? What am I doing wrong? It's probably not that you're doing something wrong. It's likely that there are a few everyday habits or thought patterns standing in the way, completely unnoticed. Here are the 3 most common reasons people can't hear their guardian angel clearly, even when they're spiritually open and ready. 1. Your mind is too full. You might be thinking, I want to hear my angel, but I just can't get anything clear. That's often because your thoughts are louder than their guidance. Picture this. It's Sunday morning. You sit down to have a few peaceful minutes with your coffee and maybe journal or pray. But within 30 seconds, your mind starts reminding you, did I reply to that email? What's for dinner? I forgot to pay the phone bill. Why hasn't she texted back? Should I be doing more with my life? Your intention was to connect with the divine, but now you're mentally running in 10 different directions. Even when your mouth is silent, your thoughts are screaming. And your angel? They're whispering from across the room, trying to get through the mental clutter. Angels speak in moments of stillness. Not always silence, but stillness. And if your inner world is never quiet, there's simply no space for their message to land. Your angel might be showing up in that very moment, but your thoughts are already scrolling through tomorrow's to-do list. Number 2, you're expecting a big sign. This is a mistake many spiritually sensitive people make without realizing it. It's easy to assume that when an angel sends a message, it will feel obvious, loud, dramatic, unmistakable. You might expect to see a feather float down in front of you, or hear a voice say your name, or feel a strong physical sensation. And sometimes, yes, those things happen. But more often, angel guidance comes in subtle moments of alignment, like a random lyric in a song that answers the question you've been holding in your heart. A quiet thought that comes to you in the shower and feels different. A sudden calm that settles you during a moment of panic. A phrase that repeats in your mind and won't leave. A decision that brings peace, even if it doesn't make sense on paper. One woman described it like this: I kept asking my angel if I should leave the job I hated. I begged for a clear sign, but all I kept hearing was silence. Until one morning, I opened a book I hadn't touched in months, and the first sentence said, "It's not your fault you've outgrown where you are." My entire body lit up. That was my sign. I almost missed it because I was waiting for a lightning bolt. Angels don't need to overwhelm you to be heard. They want to be recognized in the small, sacred spaces you often overlook. 3. You doubt yourself the second it happens. This is perhaps the biggest block of all, and the one your guardian angel wants to help you move through most. Think about how many times this has happened. You feel the nudge to take a different route home, but ignore it. You get the idea to check on someone, but talk yourself out of it. You suddenly feel peace about a decision, then spiral back into overthinking 10 minutes later. Those first impulses? That's often your angel, your intuition, your inner knowing. But here's the problem. The moment it shows up, your logical mind kicks in and says, "You're just making that up. That doesn't make sense. You probably imagined it. You need more proof." And that second guessing becomes a wall. Because here's the truth. Angels can send you guidance all day long, but they can't override your free will. If you don't trust the message, if you throw it out the moment it shows up, you end up asking for another sign, and another, and another. Not because you didn't receive one, but because you didn't trust it. This creates a cycle where you're stuck in spiritual limbo, constantly asking for guidance, but never feeling like you're hearing anything clearly. And all the while, your angel is gently whispering, "You already heard me, you just didn't believe it was me." That's why part of tuning into divine guidance is learning to trust the first gentle nudge before the world talks you out of it. How Archangel Michael helps you hear clearly. If you've ever found yourself thinking, "I just wish I had someone to tell me what to do right now," then you've already felt Archangel Michael's pull. He's not just the angel of protection, he's the angel of truth, clarity, and direction. Where other angels might bring you comfort or healing, Michael brings you focus. He clears away the fog, both mental and spiritual, so you can finally hear what's real. Imagine being in a crowded, noisy room. Everyone's talking, music is playing, your phone is buzzing, and you can't think straight. Then suddenly, someone you trust places a firm, calm hand on your shoulder. The noise doesn't fully stop, but somehow, you can breathe again. That's the energy of Archangel Michael. He doesn't force silence. He creates space inside you for clarity to rise. He quiets the spinning thoughts. He silences the self-doubt. He softens the emotional noise that keeps you from hearing your angel's whisper. A story you might relate to. One woman shared this about her experience with Michael. "I was trying to make a major life decision. I kept asking my angels for guidance, but I couldn't hear anything. I was overwhelmed and spiraling in my thoughts. Then one night, I stood in my kitchen and just said out loud, 'Michael, please clear this noise. I can't hear through the chaos.' Within minutes, it felt like a fog lifted. I didn't hear a voice, but suddenly I knew what I needed to do. The fear left. The pressure was gone. All that remained was certainty. That's how I knew it was him." This is how Michael works. He often doesn't talk in words. He clears the path so you can hear yourself and your guardian angel more clearly. What his presence feels like. Michael's energy is firm but never forceful. Protective but never overpowering. It's the spiritual version of being wrapped in a shield of calm confidence. People describe his presence like a sudden breath of fresh air in a stuffy room, feeling more clear-headed after asking for help, a noticeable drop in anxiety or racing thoughts, a tingling in the back of the neck or crown of the head. The inner words, "You already know, now trust it." You may not hear him the way you expect, but you'll feel the difference the moment you ask for his help. And once that space is created, your guardian angel's whisper can finally reach you without the interference. How to create a listening space for angelic guidance. The good news is, you don't need to become a spiritual master to hear your angel. You just need to create small, sacred windows in your day where guidance can get through. You're not being asked to clear your mind of all thoughts or meditate for hours. You're simply being invited to make room. Here's a simple, 3-step practice you can begin today. A ritual for tuning in and hearing your guardian angel more clearly with Archangel Michael's help. Ask with intention. Don't just ask for a sign. Ask for clarity. Say it out loud or write it in your journal. Archangel Michael, help me clear my mind, protect my energy, and make space to hear what my angel is already trying to tell me. When you speak these words, imagine your inner world calming, as if someone just turned down the volume of everything that's been swirling in your head. It's not about saying the perfect thing. It's about setting the tone for a sacred conversation. Create a quiet pocket of stillness. Even 2 to 5 minutes can shift your whole frequency. Here's a simple way to do it. Turn off notifications on your phone. Sit near a window or light a small candle. Close your eyes and take 3 slow breaths. Inhale peace, exhale distraction. Inhale stillness, exhale tension. Inhale openness, exhale control. Then simply say, I'm listening. This tiny act opens the doorway. Your angel knows. They respond when you're present. Don't worry if your mind wanders. Don't force it. Just return to listening. Write down what you feel, not just what you hear. Often, angelic messages show up as impressions, ideas, or gentle inner nudges. Maybe it's a name that pops into your head, a word that repeats, a sense of peace around a decision, a picture in your mind, a line from a song that suddenly holds new meaning. Write it down. Don't analyze it yet. Just record it. When you write it, you honor it, and your angel sees that you're paying attention. The more you write down, even the smallest nudges, the more frequent and clear they become. Let's say you're in your car after a long day. You're stressed, tired, and replaying a difficult conversation. Normally, you'd turn on a podcast or music, but today, you pause, you turn off the sound, and you whisper, Michael, clear my energy, guardian angel, I'm listening. You breathe. And in that moment, maybe you don't hear a voice, but you feel a sense of calm wash over you. You suddenly remember that one thing you forgot to do, or you feel a sudden urge to call someone you hadn't thought of in weeks. That's guidance. That's how it begins. Not dramatic, but real, present, personal, and most importantly, repeatable. The more you practice, the more fluent you become in the language of angels. Your angel is already speaking. Here's how to strengthen the connection. Now here's the most important part. Your angel is already speaking to you. This isn't about trying to activate a connection you don't have. It's about becoming aware of the connection that's always been there. You don't need to be more worthy. You don't need to pray harder. You don't need to wait until your life is more perfect, your thoughts more positive, or your energy more spiritual. Your guardian angel didn't choose to walk with you because you were perfect. They chose to stay beside you because you're precious, because you're needed, because your light, even on your lowest days, still carries divine value. And the reason you've been drawn to angel signs, to feathers, to number sequences, to soft, sacred nudges is because your soul already knows they're there. You're not starting from scratch. You're simply tuning back into what you knew as a child, when magic felt normal, when trust felt natural, when you believed someone up there was watching over you, that someone never left. So how do you strengthen that line of connection? It's not about effort, it's about relationship. Every time you take a moment to breathe, to ask for guidance, to honor a whisper or write down a nudge, you're building a stronger spiritual bond. It's just like a friendship. The more time you spend in quiet connection, the easier it becomes to hear the tone in their voice, to recognize their presence, to know when it's them without needing proof. That's what your guardian angel wants, a living relationship, one that helps you feel supported even on ordinary days. And if you felt like it's been too quiet lately, like your angel is distant, know this: they're not far. They're just waiting for you to pause long enough to receive what they're already sending. And that's exactly where the next step of your journey begins. Reconnect to your angel with the power of celestial whispers. If your heart has been longing to hear more clearly, to finally feel confident in the guidance you're receiving, to create a peaceful, consistent relationship with your guardian angel and Archangel Michael, then you are being called into something sacred. This isn't just another meditation. This is an energetic doorway into divine communication. Celestial Whispers is a guided angelic experience that helps you tune your energy to the frequency of angelic guidance, release inner noise that clouds your intuition, reconnect with your guardian angel in daily moments, not just spiritual rituals. Receive messages in a clear, grounded way that's easy to trust. Feel the presence of Archangel Michael surrounding you with protection, focus, and peace. This isn't about becoming more spiritually advanced. It's about becoming spiritually available. And it's designed for hearts like yours, gentle, generous, seeking something more than signs alone. Inside Celestial Whispers, you'll discover audio prompts that activate your spiritual hearing, guided connection moments with Archangel Michael, grounding rituals that make angelic presence tangible, a clear, loving framework for discerning what's divine versus what's fear, tools to recognize, record, and respond to the guidance your angel is already giving you. If you've ever whispered, "Just show me the way," then this was created for you. Click the link in the description to begin your journey with Celestial Whispers now. Let Archangel Michael walk beside you. Let your guardian angel's voice become a part of your daily life, not just in moments of crisis, but in your most ordinary moments too. Before you go, take a sacred moment and comment below. "I'm ready to hear my angel." This isn't just a comment, it's a declaration. A spiritual signal that you are open, available, and receptive to the guidance that has always been yours. And if you've already had moments where you felt something, a whisper, a nudge, a moment of peace that didn't make sense, share it. Your story could be the confirmation someone else is praying for. Then, when you're ready, click the link and receive Celestial Whispers. Let the gentle guidance of Archangel Michael create the peace and clarity you've been craving. Let your guardian angel's voice move from occasional signs to a daily relationship, to a steady presence, to a knowing you can count on no matter what's happening around you. You're not too late. You haven't missed anything. You're right on time, and your angel is still whispering.